anymore. Only anal sex would do it for you.
Nah.
What?
Nah.
I disagree.
What?
Or should I say I agree?
What?
That's because Rene would.
I can live the
Rene
rest
could
of my
just life with anal. She could.
I could live the rest of my life doing nothing but having butt sex all day.
That's tragic. What a waste of a
Well, see, that's a perfect housewife because you can just cook, clean, and you know, and just have sex. That's a great life. What are you talking about?
I was a gay guy in my past life, apparently.
Oh, see, okay. We still love
I can't trade in regular sex for anal sex. I mean, it's a great orgasm.
I wouldn't trade in anything.
But I can't rock with that one.
I'd give up certain foods just to keep sex in my life. Like, what do you mean? I wouldn't give it out vaginal for shit. Nothing. Not a damn thing.
How do we feel about cream pies?
What about having
cream pies?
Yeah, exactly.
We want to know, how do we feel about cream pies? I was watching this porn, and it was called, like, the ass shake or whatever. And
about what?
Don't ask why I was watching this porn, but this guy put, like, 2 scoops of ice cream. Like, he opened her up, like, super wide, her ass or whatever. He put 2 scoops of ice cream, some milk, and then he just shook her ass, and he, like,
wait,
her ass and, like, put it in a cup and made her drink it. But
can I ask a question? Can I just ask one question? Alex, when you were watching this and you saw the first ice cream part, no part of you hesitated to pause this motherfucking porn and say this was too much? No
it
part
made me
of you
more
wanted
curious.
to pause
I needed to see what the end result was going to be. I need to see
okay,
where this is going.
I have to reevaluate our friendship now because I don't know how I feel about that. That's the shit me and you going to have to talk about.
It was like an ass
what about, I don't know about that, but what about having a dick in your ass and your pussy at the same time?
Yes, please.
What?
I mean, I've never done it, but it's a fantasy fine.
No.
It's just, I love DP porn. Like, I watch DP porn all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, how drunk and high and generally fucked up do I have to be in order for me to ever attempt something like this without feeling like a complete slut?
I've never done it with 2 actual guys. I have done it with my toys, though. Like, I had my vibrator and then I had my dildo. And I kind of, like, DP'd myself. But that's kind of sad when you have to DP yourself. So that's kind of depressing to kind of think about it. But, yeah, I've DP'd myself.
I'm saddened.
And it actually feels good.
I'm totally saddened right now. You DP'd yourself. How lonely were you?
I was horny. You
How lonely were you?
You don't understand. This is like during a time, at the time I was married, my husband was away in the military. I was being a good girl. I didn't want to cheat. And this is when I was like at my prime with masturbation and watching porn. And like I borderline got an addiction. So every day I was watching weird shit and just finding new things to break. Like there's some shit I've masturbated to I will never speak of. But yeah.
Well then, yeah, I can't bring myself. I mean, 2 guys at the same time, it's just a little extra for me. But I've done it with dildo and someone I was with. It's kind of trash because the dildo is better than his dick, but that's another story. For another day.
Oh, how sad.
Wow.
That's trash dick out here.
All right, we're gonna get ready to wrap this topic up. But before we go, I would like every one of you ladies to chime in and just give your last hurrah comments on this topic so that we can finish off this show strongly. Who wants to go first?
I'm just gonna say this. Please just use lube because I'm scared someone's gonna rip somebody's butthole open over here. I'm thinking y'all need to have the paramedics on speed dial. I don't know. A lot of things I'm thinking about over here. So hey, the teach is on. Stay safe, stay fine. Stay safe with your friends.
Okay. Lady Still, do you have a final thought on this topic really quick?
Yes, I am not lonely no more, okay? Just to clarify, I haven't DP'd myself in years. But I do enjoy anal sex, and I think it's very pleasurable when done correctly. And I would like Kira to I'm rooting for anal sex over to watch, so I hope you follow through with that. And if you can, please give us a call or, do a follow-up and let us know how that turns out.
Definitely. Elle, what about you? You have any final thoughts on this topic? No.
It's over. Any final thoughts, Rene?
I don't have any final thoughts. Rene said enough.
I have several final thoughts since I, couldn't really say all I wanted to say since we're having technical difficulties, a.k.a. me constantly being muted. Number one, if you're a guy and it's 2014 and you don't eat your girlfriend's ass, then you shouldn't be getting any types of pussy at all. Number two, ass eating is the same as pussy eating now. It's mandatory, so you probably should do it. Number three, eat more butt. Number four, don't let the initial pain of butt sex scare you away from doing it. Because once you get it in there, girl, you're going to be like, oh, my God, what is going on right now? Right to Orgasmville. Like, the biggest orgasms I've ever had in my life all came from me having anal. I'm talking about splash waterfalls all over the fucking couch, all over the bed, all over my sheets, that type of shit. So don't be afraid. Just do it. Just go for it, and you might even like it. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, really quick before we let you go, there's a few people that are asking what brand of lube do you actually use. I guess if you could shout it out one more time.
There's Eros Body Glide. I like that one. There's also Astroglide. They came out with their own line now, a silicone-based one. Slightly more pricey, but, if you're not willing to pay $10 more for this fun of your butthole, then you probably shouldn't be having anal anyway. So just, as long as the silicone base is way better by default than any water-based. So Astroglide silicone-based lube or Eros Body Glide. I also have, I think, a bottle of wet silicone-based lube. I got so much lube in here that's totally unused. We could not get no dick at all, ever. Sad.
Also, you guys shout out your, let people know where they can follow you on Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is you want to shout out, let them know how to find you.
I don't want anyone following my app, being completely insane. I'm just playing. So on Instagram, it's @CyberKitty, same for Twitter, even though I don't tweet that much. And all I do is post pictures of food that I make. That's about it. I'm really boring.
But you love anal sex, so you'll always be cool.
Well, we'll see how that works out for me.
Elle?
Okay.
She's gone. She's at Imitada on Instagram.
Great. Well, thank you guys for rocking out with us. It was great to have you on the show. And I guess if we do a follow-up show, we'll probably call you back again so we can see how these things turn out.
You probably have to. Hopefully Leon doesn't keep muting me this time.
I apologize. That won't happen anymore.
Leon mutes
I
everybody.
guarantee that. Sometimes we all need a mutant every once in a while.
Okay. I'll get messed up.
All right. Oh, really quick, just to send us some final things. Alex, do you have a steel report for us tonight?
Actually, we're just wrapping up. The biggest thing going on right now that everybody's kind of up in arms about is the Trayvon Martin. His birthday was today, and DMX wants to, or at least volunteered to fight George Zimmerman. But from what I understand, it hasn't been sealed because he wants money. Zimmerman claimed he's going to donate to charity. People are in outrage about him being called a celebrity. It's just a big, three-ring circus right now. I kind of understand why people are upset. I more than understand why people are upset. However, I also don't necessarily think that everybody that is upset, they were actually approached and given the opportunity to fight him himself. I don't think that they would necessarily turn it down. So I'm kind of on the fence.
That is true. Well,
I know if I was approached, I'd take it. I'd fuck him up. I don't know if money would be a factor, if I'd care if I got paid, but if somebody asked me, I'm pretty sure that I would go and bash his head in it's free, or at least attempt so.
Did you guys see or hear that there is a petition going around that people are signing to actually stop this whole celebrity boxing match?
I signed it.
And you did sign it. I signed it. It's on Facebook. It's out there. The people are out there. So if you have a Facebook and you're listening, if you're against this, the fact that George Zimmerman is being called a celebrity, please sign that petition so that we can hopefully get this whole bullshit stopped, and DMX won't have to be the crackhead who fights George Zimmerman.
Hot 97 is actually boycotting as well. They kind of started out very early. They're kind of pissed. They feel like the whole Rough Riders to like go get DMX and stop the shit from happening. But yeah, they're very pissed, and they're trying to shut it down too.
I think so. All right. Well, ladies, thank you for having another wonderful show. If you were listening to the S&M show, we really appreciate everybody that was on the call, everybody that listened in, everybody that chimed in. From wherever you are to us, if you want to, please.
Not welcome.
Definitely. Please. Listen out for us every Wednesday at 11 p.m. We're going to be coming back next week. Lady Steele, do you know who's our guest host next week that we have coming on?
Yes, make sure you tune in next week. We have the Sexuations episode. It will be courtesy of Kinky Kia and Nthmega. We'll be playing selections from the erotic poetry mixtape and kind of going back and forth with some of the freakier side of things. We're going to be discussing kink.
Definitely. Well, once again, Lady Steele, Ava, it was a pleasure doing this show with you. Anybody, if you have any questions, if you have comments, if you would like to be a guest host or you feel like there's topics that you want to discuss, Lady Steele, give them the information so that they know where they can send all our information to.
For booking submissions and all that good stuff, the letter S and letter M, show69@gmail.com.
Definitely. Once again, it's been a pleasure, everybody listening to this show. I appreciate you. Come back next week, Wednesday. We'll be back strong. Good night.
Good night.